I know it's getting late, but I feel like doing a bit of lapping by going to a football screening tonight. But since it's a few hours away, let's walk through this iconic shelter. You see the green roof, it makes the area look unique, right? It makes this shelter look unique. The shelter looks unique because of the green roof. Is this an old bus stop? Maybe it is. But guess what? Psych! Apparently the town council wants to get rid of this specific shelter with the green roof. And they want to replace it with a normal grey flat shelter starting from August, I think. Quite a short shelter, so let's visit. Is there a way down from here? Or is it a canal? I forgot. Okay, there's staircase. Okay, let's walk through this shelter first. After that, we'll visit the boardwalk on my right. There's a boardwalk which I last recorded in 2021. But I also want to yap about some issues involving bus and tools. The last time I did so was somewhere around January to March. I yapped about a situation involving Transit Services TSV, owner of the Coastal Line game, that Roblox public transport operator, there were two staff, E and L, and they were fighting. The fighting is still going on till this day. And apparently it didn't start in January this year. It has lasted since last year. It has not been resolved. So far the situation is E keeps on playing the victim card. And we as third parties, we already tried telling E the gravity of the situation. And then E would say sorry. He'll forget everything, every sorry he said 24 hours later. And this happened multiple times. There was one Friday, I scolded him because I had to deal with the situation, which was not even my problem, when I was in school. So I was so pissed off that I scolded E that time. E said sorry. 24 hours later, he forgot everything and had to be lectured by an STA staff member. I had to tell the staff, help me go and lecture, I cannot take this anymore. Freaking PMO. Anyway, so a bit of timeline while we enjoy the beautiful pond. This boardwalk opened in 2017 if anybody wants to know. Now a bit of timeline ever since the original video about E and L situation is, so far around April, E and L stopped fighting for 1 month because TSV's owner was caught doing some wrong things. Eventually, TSV's owner cut contact with E, so E got fired because of the TSV owner's school getting involved. So E was so upset that time, he decided to create a new Roblox game about North-South line. So we thought everything was fine until around middle of April. Yeah, I don't even think they settled for 1 month, only less than 1 month. But anyways, it was around April this year, mid of April. E and L had a huge misunderstanding because L wanted to go home without E finding out where L stays. But E thought L was ditching E. So fight. And then a lot of accusations were thrown against each other. And that lasted for 2 months. Then around June, I think, it was discovered that the ditching situation that time was a misunderstanding. But by then there were a lot of other accusations. E's friends started to turn against him. Turns out E had been playing the victim card for a long time. It already happened since last year. So all of a sudden, all of E's friends started ditching him. And now he keeps on blaming L and whoever who tried to help him settle his free show with L. Now he blames all of us for ruining his friendship with his friends who own self turn against him. And yes, it's still happening as we speak. Just probably 1 or 2 days ago, and it has been like that probably for at least a week. Sorry, throughout the whole situation he's been doing this also. E kept on threatening to end it all on his social media. And people are literally considering getting E's school involved since mental health is at stake right here. So that's for the E and L situation. I thought finally I could make some safeguards so we won't have another E and L situation. Because in April, E and L both dragged the situation into a lot of other communities. So I thought, right, whoops, sorry. I thought the E and L situation won't be replicated again, but no, happened again. This time, let's call this person B. No, I'll use numbers. So we'll have person number 1 who is not an STA, and wow, nice place. I feel like I'm in the forest, but it's not forest. Okay, so for this situation that I'll cover about today, we'll have person number 1 who's not an STA and person number 2 who is in STA. But this is not an STA issue, it's an external issue. And then this one actually linked to other issues that those persons have, but I'll only cover one of them. And the issue that we will cover today is them fighting over this kid's surname Chai. You might find the surname Chai very familiar. It is that kid that everybody is blaming for causing a show on 340D and 340D163, which ended up on SGFA. And probably the reason why everybody blamed Chai, even though other kids were also responsible for causing a show on 340D163, is probably because people recorded him and SGFA him before that on SG6289H154, a 3-door bus, a 3-door A95 Cameo. So I think that's why people blame Chai. Chai is basically a scapegoat for other people's stuff now because he also did the same stuff. But this one is more of an internal WhatsApp community issue that somehow came out of the main issue involving Chai. So from what I've been seeing is that person number 2 decided to overlook Chai's acts of nuisances, excuse me, oh my god, such as blocking the way on 340D163 bus. Yeah, blocking the way, I think, to interact with the bus captain, which is a bus captain influencer and a bus enthusiast himself. And yes, Jin did bring this up in his video before, but he didn't name drop anybody and he was confused why people were blaming Chai that time. So the situation is person number 2 decided to overlook what Chai did, basically. Problem is, Okay, I remember I asked person number 2 whether he forgave Chai for Chai's nuisances. If I recall correctly, person number 2 said that he forgave Chai a bit. So I'll say he is neutral with Chai lah. But person number 1 hates Chai for Chai's nuisances, and he still hates Chai till this day. And person number 1 has his own community, person number 2, and a third person. And let's add in the person number 3 now. Person number 1 and person number 3 both have their own communities. Okay, person number 2 and 3, which person number 1 used to talk to as well. The 3 used to talk, but then person number 2 and 3 decided to go and befriend Chai together while person number 1 stayed out. This led to a big fight. First, person number 1 cut off ties with person number 3. That's what happened. Then, oh God, I want to laugh a bit at situations here. Then, what happened next? What happened next? Oh my God. You see, it's bloody ridiculous. So what happened after that? What happened after that? Okay. Okay, person number 1 cut ties with 3 first, and then 1 still talk to 2. But then because of number 3 talking to number 2 for a prolonged period, person number 1 and 2's ties started getting strained. And okay, person number 3 isn't in SE so it's only person number 2. If anyone, yeah, okay, in case I didn't say properly. And so yeah, 1 and 2, the ties kept on straining to the point that today, I woke up at 3 PM by the way, so probably the show had been going on since the morning, or maybe yesterday, I think. Person number 1 and person number 2 have been fighting for days, but probably this morning, person number 2 set his WhatsApp profile picture to the face of person number 1. Person number 1 got so pissed off with number 2 that number 2 was kicked from number 1's WhatsApp community and issued a 1-year blacklist. It's not an SCU union-wide blacklist. Person number 1's community is not a member organization of SCU. So, person number 1's blacklist, I have nothing to do with it. So I was quite shocked that number 1 decided to blacklist number 3 because I was okay with 1, 2 and 3. They look okay to me. So that's why I was quite shocked. Why 1 blacklist 3? And 1 was so pissed off that I think 1 is... No, sorry. I mixed up the numbers a bit. Okay, backtrack. Okay, back to this morning. 1 and 2 argue. I think beforehand 1 and 3 relation was already strained. So I'm not sure whether 3 got blacklisted, but what happened this morning was 1 and 2 fight until 2... Yes. 2 set his WhatsApp profile picture to number 1. To number 1's face. 1 got pissed off. 2 was blacklisted from 1's WhatsApp community. Once again, it's not part of SCU at all. It's not a member organization. So I as a staff from SCU management, I have nothing to do with this. So 1 blacklist 2. 2 kena kick from 1's WhatsApp community. End up, because 1 was so pissed off with 2 doxing 1's face, person number 1 decided to take revenge. I found out what's going on when I met 1 at Tampines Interchange earlier in the afternoon. But yeah, So one took revenge on who by posting number two's face inside not only one's community and but also other. Yeah, one posted two's face like straight up the face, and I remember he even made stickers making fun of two's full name, since 1 or 2 days ago. The raw picture, original picture of two's face, one posted it not only in his own community's announcement, but apparently some other people's community. I had to warn number one to delete two's face, because if who found out, he could take legal action. And you know, with Online Safety Commission now, and with how the bus community acts, oh wow, my 30768 is here. And now we know with how the bus community acts and the existence of Online Safety Commission and whatever law related to it, any show that gets dragged into legal action could drag the entire bus community in. Even third parties who don't want anything to do with this, they will be dragged in because of how the bus community interacts. And then at this point of time, you could just pray that the community collapses instead of recovering, because there's no way it can be recovered. Like the motherboard of my old phone. So from what I've been hearing is, there were other third parties who also fought with person number 2 as a result of this situation, and one of the third parties, they wrote in to person number 2's school on behalf of person number 1 because of the incident. So far, that is the latest update of their situation. What is Funtime Gamer 99's rep doing here? It's 11:30 PM. Oh my gosh. And why does Funtime's rep 3074 and 3077? I don't know why I like to break down one. Like, I always see that, but specifically these 2 buses break down. It's always those buses. Now back to the topic. So now you see, basically, the person 1 and 2 doxing situation over Chai started all because of Chai. Is basically another E versus L roadblock situation all over again, round 2. And the funny thing is, person number 1 and 2, I'm not sure about 3, they don't like E also, so it's interconnected. And before the drama that was started all because of a disagreement on how to deal with Chai, 1 and 2, not sure about 3, were happily talking and cursing about person E. But for the Chai situation that caused 1 and 2 to fight, E has no involvement. It's just a problem with how the bus community interacts. So in total, we have 2 major E and L friendship, EVL level friendship issues this year. I will say the age range of the kids involved in both free shows is 12 to 15, and I am 17. And all these people come from the bus community. A community where the public, if you are a member of the public, you expect these people to be interested in buses and that's it, right? Like, look, oh my god, that's a bus, what a nice thing. Let's joyride it. Let's find the best angle and let's totally not cause a show on board. That's what the public expects bus enthusiasts to be. People who like buses. But the fact that the bus community already has 2 dramas over friendship issues and other stuff this year, and also This year alone, there's more than 10 people who have threatened or attempted to end everything. So is this really a bus community? Are these people really bus enthusiasts, or are they drama enthusiasts? This is the question. A true bus enthusiast should be focusing on the bus, not some stupid friendship issue that takes months or even years to resolve with countless threats of legal action. I mean, if you want to do legal action, can is can. But I think human morals have to come first. Do you seriously want to ruin everybody's life and get them into years full worth of shit? That is the question. That's why I want to ask these people, because this is just plain ridiculous. Situation is just pure stupidity. I really have no words to say. Oh my god. But yeah, are these people once again, are they really bus enthusiasts or are they drama enthusiasts? Because they look like they have been focusing on drama and not things like this thing in front of me. And FYI, I'm not going to name drop anybody. Person number 2 has an entire WhatsApp community created just to shit on some random third party over a disagreement that person number 3 was involved in. Like, this is the next level kind of shit. FYI, bus community drama enthusiasm didn't start recently. It has been a thing for generations. It started since the mid-2010s. But when I tell people that about the drama ongoing, I tell people who were around when the 2010s drama was a thing, they were so shocked. They asked me, sorry, I think they were so shocked. They said there were dramas in the community, but it wasn't so dramatic to the point of whatever is going on in our era now. So even senior bus enthusiast dramas are less chaotic than those of the current generation. And that's what doesn't get documented by the normal news with shit tons of following. Oh my god, she's playing Baby Monster. Wow. I forgot the lyrics. Oh shit. I forgot lyrics. Okay, back to the topic. Like, seriously. And also something else which I'm aware is, other than bus enthusiasts being drama enthusiasts instead of bus enthusiasts, is that somehow a lot of bus enthusiasts, from what I noticed, they were in Infocom Club, specifically CCAs that have something to do with photography. My secondary school one was different though. When I joined my Infocom CCA when I was Sec 1, photography and programming were two different things. But they merged. But sadly my cohort wasn't given a chance to do video photography. We just had a bit of photography challenges, but that's it. We didn't have full-on photography. We only had AV. And my CCA leader is a Baby Monster fan who likes Rami. Though I'll say maybe his attitude is a bit not there. I don't know. And he happens to be the one teaching people to do AV stuff lor. Wow. Cannot believe I'm talking about secondary school life for once. What the hell is happening? I just heard screaming. I hope it isn't a third bus and two drama. Now back to topic once again. Don't schools have a drama club? There are bus enthusiasts in drama club. So why not the rest of the bus enthusiasts who want to fight? They might as well join the drama club instead also, right? What's the point of being a CCA for bus enthusiasts? They are suitable for bus enthusiasts, but you're not even acting like a bus enthusiast. You're acting like a fucking drama enthusiast. You might as well join the drama club. Seriously. I'm fucking serious. This shit has to stop. Like, seriously. How can you call yourself a bus community when your people are not even behaving like a community? You're behaving like a war zone. Oh, and by the way, they don't even argue in rant or argue chats. I made one for person number one's community. It's not being used to fight now. Instead, they are fighting inside the main chats of their communities. Clearly, it shows you that the problem with bus enthusiasts allegedly not being civilized doesn't just stop at behavior in public. It's so serious that they don't even behave properly online. That at this point of time, they really need somebody to create a whole ass organization to help these people mediate before they start going crazy and playing the self-deletion card. I'm sure you know what self-deletion refers to. I'm not going to say the actual word, but you should know it's the card that E has been pulling out the whole time during E and L drama. And once again, GG to my storage. Okay, bye.